Sefer Yoshua.
Ernie, just
Chapter
reminder,
6.
8:45. Remember, Ernie, 8:45.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Everybody mute.
You have to finish at 8:45.
Put it open.
V'yericho sogeret u'mesugeret.
Where is this?
Yericho is doubly closed. Let's translate it that way.
Hold on a second. What?
Where are we?
Sefer Yoshua, Perek Vav, Perek 6.
Time flies when you're having fun.
We finished last week. We ended up with the Malach appears to Yoshua right before the conquest of Yericho. According to archaeological findings, Yericho is one of the oldest cities in the world, and walls were built around it in different eras. In Yoshua's time, the wall was already thick, strong to block any invasion, and there was a lot of local warriors protecting it as well. Although Yoshua intends to confront the military challenge of breaking through the walls of Yericho with a siege, but God informs him, last week, God informed him that this will not be necessary. Jericho's walls will fall not by military action, but through a miracle. And the miracle is preceded by a divine revelation to Yoshua. That pretty much is what we're going to cover. Subsequently, the people are warned not to take any spoils of the city for themselves, but to dedicate all the valuables to Hashem. It's going to be a cherem, and we'll try to explain why. Yoshua also administers an oath to the people that they must commemorate this divine intervention by ensuring that Yericho remains in ruins and is never rebuilt. And there's going to be a curse placed on anyone who tries to rebuild the city of Yericho. So we start Yericho sogeret u'mesugeret. It's, the Radak says, sogeret anashe betocha, shelo yetzei adam min ha'ir. The people were confined inside the city; they were not allowed out. U'mesugeret shelo yikanes adam letocha. It was built in a way that outside people can go in it either. That's what it meant. Ein yotzei ve'ein ba. It's sort of a double protection. It says the Mincha Ketana, and even Afu Pi Shaita Ir Chazaka Me'od was a very strong city. Vanashe Giborim. Shebederach HaTeva I Efshar L'Kovsha. Natural ways it was going to be very hard to conquer it. Mikol Makom, the people in Yericho, Hayu Sogrim Ota B'Mizgeret Kfula U'Muchpelet. They still were so worried that they did a double protection. V'zeh mishtei tamim. Achad b'nei heyotam b'nei Yisrael. Ilu haya umah acheret ba'alayim afilu hezger achad yitzricha. It was some other nation, even one protection they didn't need. Ki anasheh gibor chal, they were warriors. Ava mipnei heyotam b'nei Yisrael. Because there was b'nei Yisrael, they saw that the Yarden, split. Nafal aleihem imavav afachad. That the Shalavai Skirak Fulaya speak lehem. They were hoping that this double protection of don't let people in, don't let people out, will protect them. They didn't want people inside the city to make peace. So so that's double protection is they didn't allow people to leave the city, and they didn't let people come in.
So relevant.
Perek Bey. And by the way, you notice we again have this strange thing that after Pasuk Aleph, there is this Parsha Stuma. There's a separation. If you looked at the Klaf, there would be a separation there. So we know that the fact that we have chapter and verse, that was done by the Christians centuries later, in the 1500s. The fact that we have chapter 6, Vav, with Pasuk Aleph, that's not the way the Jews divide up this Parsha, because the Yericho Sogeret U'Mesugeret is connected to the previous Parsha, where the Malach came and informed them that, you know what? Hashem is going to deliver this land to you. So it's really connected to the vision of the Malach. That's why we have a Parsha Stuma after that Pasuk. But the Christians, they have their own way of doing it because they do sort of the subject matter. Oh, we're going to not talk about Yericho. Let's put Yericho, to start here. So Pasuk Beis. Vayomar Hashem el Yoshua. Reina tati biatchat Yericho vet malka. I'm giving to you Yericho, its king, Giborei Achai. V'sabotem et ha'ir. You shall circle the city. Kol anshe milchama, the army. Hekef et ha'ir pam echad. Each day, for 6 days, you will encircle the city once. Ko ta'aseh sheshet yamim. So they would encircle the city once. V'shiva kohanim yisu shiva shofrot. 7 kohanim will carry 7 shofrot. Hayovlim. Yovel comes from the word ayil, says Rashi, from a ram. Lifnei ha'aron. So we're going to see in a minute the order, how they walk.
So Ernie, does that mean they did this on Shabbos as well?
Very good, Harold. They did it on Shabbos.
Okay.
V'shiva kohanim yisu shiva shofrot hayovlim lifnei Aaron. Uvayom hashvi'i. Uvayom hashvi'i. On the 7th day, and we're going to see that the Yom HaShvi'i refers to Shabbos because of the Hey HaYediyah. That's Vayom HaShvi'i Tasobu Ta'ir Sheva Pamim. On that 7th day, instead of going once around the city, they're going around the city 7 times. By the way, the reason why we go around 7 times on Simchas Torah, Hoshana Rabbah, is connected to the 7 times going around by Yericho.
Is that also at a wedding? Does that have to do with a wedding as well? It's a battle when you get married. It's war. You want the walls to come tumbling down.
Right. There they say that those walls, that the wife is building walls around the husband. It could have, I don't know, I didn't see a remnants to that, but it's an idea. So it says, and then they're going to blow. Again, the Rashi says, they're going to do it like a tkiyah gedol at the end. That will be the signal. Up until now, Bnei Yisrael that are walking around are quiet. But when they hear that final tkiyah, Yariu kol ha'am trua gdola, the people will yell. And at that point, Naflach ha'ir tachteha, the walls of Yericho will come, as they say, tumbling down. The alu ha'am ish negdon, the people will be able to enter inside the walls.
They'll yell. Ernie?
They'll yell, yeah. So says the Radak. Say again?
Yariu is they'll yell?
Yeah, because at that point, there's just a tkiyah. Here, what pasuk is that? That's pasuk Hey. Yeah. It says, all the people shall cry a great cry, and the wall of the city will collapse beneath itself. Yeah, at that point, it's a signal. The last tkiyah is a signal that the people will yell. Up until now, they've been quiet, and we'll see why that is as well. Says the Radak. Kota says Sheshet Yamim. Ainli Shotam L'sibot HaBoreh. We shouldn't ask, Lama Hayta Kafaza. Who came up with this? 7 times. V'tam Shiva Kohanim. V'Shiva Shofarot. V'Sheva Kafot. V'Shiva Yamim. V'tam HaKafa B'Tshua. L'Havil Ha'am Asher B'toch Ha'ir. So first, the Radak says it was to confuse the people in the city. And the Hashem in the first battle here in Yericho wants to show the people of Canaan that Hashem is going to do battle for Klal Yisrael. And this is not through regular siege works and through, sword. Umispar hashiva yadua sodo etzel mevinei mada, which means Kabbalistic. That's what the Radak means. V'chein shiva mizbechot, v'shiva parim, v'shiva elim, v'ashvi'i hu anivchar bayamim, v'chadashim u'vashanim. The seventh is the best day, right, Shabbos, and the seventh year is the Shemitah, and the seventh month is Tishrei, right? So the seven is very important.
Ernie, is there any reason that they say Vayikra Yehoshua bin Nun? Do they usually don't put down bin Nun?
And what? Yes, bin Nun. Some say it had to do because he didn't have any children. The Nun being like Ephes, he didn't have children. Now we're going to see tonight that he didn't have any sons. He had daughters with his wife Rachav, Hazona. We're going to see later on in today's part that Yoshua married her, and from them came great Nevi'im.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the shot of Yoshua bin Nun had to do because he didn't have any children.
No, she's asking why does it say bin Nun here? Altogether, everywhere it says Yoshua.
Right.
All of a sudden comes back.
Where do you see bin Nun?
Vayikra Yehoshua bin Nun. This pasuk vav.
Oh, we didn't get the pasuk vav. Vayikra Yoshua bin Nun. Oh, why over here is his name bin Nun emphasized as opposed to Yoshua? Well, let's get to that pasuk in a minute.
Okay.
Anyways, the Minchas Ketana also says that when it says Vayomer Hashem el Yoshua, the Chol HaMashpil Atzmo Kadosh Baruch Hu Magbio. Yoshua always made nothing of himself. He was always subservient to Moshe, but Hashem, a humble person, will eventually lift him. And because it says, Al Kain Shekibalta Lecha Shlichut HaMalach V'lo Seirafta Bo K'Moshe Rabcha, because of your humbleness. Meaning, last week we learned that the Malach came and said, "I'm here now to work with you." We showed a contradistinction to Moshe, who rejected the Malach. He said, "No, I want you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu." So here, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is rewarding Yoshua. He's saying, "You were in Anna, you accepted the Malach, so now I'm going to go out and do battle with you myself. No Malach." Okay. Then pasuk vav. Vayikra Yoshua bin Nun el Kohanim. So I didn't see any of the Meforshe. I mean, Ellen definitely has a nice point. We have to. None of the Meforshe Hamikra deal with why he's called bin Nun here, as opposed to other places where he's just called Yoshua. So it's a good point. He doesn't say anything there. So Vayikra Yoshua bin Nun el Kohanim. So he gives the tzivui to the Kohanim. You carry the oro. V'shiva Kohanim yisu shiva shofrot yovlim lifnei Aron Hashem. So we're going to see the order now is that the Aron is mamish going to be last. In front of the Aron are the Shiva Kohanim who are carrying the shofros, and then in front of them, vayomru el ha'am ivru v'sobu sa'ir. So the people are going to be first. Behind the people is going to be the vanguard. Who's the vanguard? The hechalutz. That says Rashi. Bnei Reuven and Bnei Gad. Remember that Yoshua, before they crossed, asked the Bnei Reuven and Bnei Gad who are going to live on the east side of the Jordan, you have to lead us into battle. So they are the vanguard. They're called the hechalutz. So you have the people, Reuven and Bnei Gad. Then you have the Sheva Kohanim who are carrying the shofros, and the Kohanim that are carrying the oro. Vayikem or Yoshua la'am, Shiva Kohanim nosim Shiva shofrot hayovlim v'nei Hashem, avru tarchu b'shofrot, v'arovit Hashem olech achreihem. Says the Malbim, ve'chalutz olech v'nei Kohanim, mimutza Bein ha'am ve'ha'aron. He wants to point out that's the all the Jewish people who are in the army between 20 and 60. Then the Reuven and Gad, and then the Shiva Kohanim, and then the Kohanim that are carrying the Aron here is last. The rest of the Kohanim belong to Shevet Levi. They were with the rest of the Am with Shevet Levi. The 7 Kohanim and the few Kohanim that were carrying the Aron are back with the group. Back to then Pasuk Tes. Ve'achalutz olech lifnei haKohanim tokea shofrot ve'hama'asef. Who is the Ma'asef? Says Rashi. Shevet Dan hanosei achron v'hu Ma'asef et kol hamitakvim achronim. Just like in the desert, when they in our encampment, Shevet Dan was the Ma'asef l'chol hamachanot. Here in this battle around Yericho, Dan also serves as the backup that picks up all the stragglers behind. Now, by the way, when it's said that the v'nafla chomat ha'ir tachtea, that the walls are going to come down, Rashi says bim koma. What does that mean? Ratzalomer said the Sifsei Zakenim shenivla'a bim koma. The walls were swallowed by the ground. The im lokain lo yiskirav lo yivichu b'mamal tata. If the walls just come down, you're going to have this huge mountain. How are the people going to get into the city? So Rashi explains that the walls were basically miraculously sucked into the ground so the people could walk right into the city. There was no obstruction whatsoever. Back to Pasuk Yud. So he's already given the instructions to the Kohanim. But before we go to that, the Ralbag says, why did we said clearly that Bnei Yisrael was supposed to be silent until the 7th day, where they're going to be signaled to make noise? Says the Ralbag, Yoshua instructed the people to be silent until the 7th day. Not to rile up the city, that the city people wouldn't go up on the walls and throw stones down. HaKadosh Baruch Hu could have protected us from that. Hashem would rather not perform a nace, if possible, and do things b'derech hateva. And then the Radak says, if you remember, the Rachav Azona lived in the wall of the city. If the wall of the city is going to collapse, what about Rachav Azona that they had a commitment to save? Says the Radak, Yesh li shol beit Rachav sh'haya b'choma. Im nomar ki nafal v'nitzlah hu beit avi ze lo yitachem. Ki maya nes kazeh haya misaper oto hakatuv. If it was going to be miraculous that they were going to be saved, that even though their house was in the wall and the wall collapsed, yet they were saved, the Pasuk would tell us that they would be saved that way. But that's not what later on we're going to learn. We're going to say, Bo Beit HaIsha Zonah, V'otziu Misham et HaIsha. Says the Radak in a very naturalistic way. Nireh ki habayit haya kayam v'lo nafal. So Nireh be'einai, says the Radak, ki lo nafla kol chomat ha'ir. The wall, all the walls didn't fall. The walls that were right opposite Klal Yisrael fell, so they could easily get into the city. So he says very practically, Rachav's house was somewhere else. It didn't fall.
Yeah, but if
Okay.
they surrounded the city, then they were all around the walls.
Yeah.
So okay, so the section that in front of the wall that came down, they would go in. So I guess everybody else would have to come around and go in that way.
Yeah, or maybe against the heavily armed, the Reuven and the Gad who were the Chamushim and the vanguard, like we were saying. Well, that's what the Radak says. I read you exactly Lashon of the Radak. Weiter. Now Yoshua commands the people. Lo tariyu v'lo tashmiu et kolchem. He told them, be quiet. V'lo yitzei mipichem davar ad yom amri alechem hariyu v'ariotem. Until we tell you, make noise, then you'll make noise. Vayasev aron Hashem et ha'ir hekev pam echad. Vayavo ha'machaneh vayalinu b'machaneh. So we sort of get a report of the first day. They went around and then they went to the machaneh and they encamped in the machaneh. Pasuk Yud Bet. Vayashkem Yoshua baboker. Vayitzu hakonim et aron Hashem. They start again. V'shiva konim nosim shiva shofrot yovlim lifnei aron Hashem l'chim aloch v'taku b'shofrot. Same procedure. V'achalot tzolech lifneihem. The same vanguard. V'hameaseit shevet dan olech achrei aron Hashem. Haloch v'taku b'shofrot. I think the pasuk wants to show us that this was repeated day after day for the 6 days. Vayasabu et ha'ir b'yom hasheni pam achat. Again, they only went around once on the second day. And now it gives us, etc. For the next 6 days, the same story. Now, Vayhi Bayom Hashvi'i. Says Rashi, Shabbat Haya. Says the Shiv says Zakanim, Itachen Shediyuko Medichtiv Hashvi'i Behe Yediyah. Says also the Be'er Rechovos in Megillas Esther, Vayi Bayom HaShvi'i Katov Levamelech Bayayin. Over there also we say it's Shabbos Haya because of Hashvi'i. Like when we say Vayom HaShishi. What do we mean when we say that? We refer not to the 6th day of creation, but Vav Sivan, because Hashem made eventually, if Klal Yisrael doesn't accept the Torah and Vav Sivan, Hashem made a condition with the Bria that the Bria would go back to Tohu Vavo if Hashem doesn't, if Klal Yisrael didn't accept the Torah. So there also, Bayom HaShishi refers to the Hei Yidiyah, to that 6th day, which Vav Sivan. So here says Rashi, it refers to Shabbos. By the way, there is a Gemara, a Yerushalmi Masechta Shabbos. You have to start a siege before 3 days coming into. If you start a siege within 3 days of Shabbos, you're certainly going to end up violating Shabbos. So they want you to start the siege before 3 days. That's by Melchemes Rishus. Aval b'Melchemes Chov afilu b'Shabbos. Shekin matzinu shlo nilkeda Yericho ela b'Shabbos. Shenemer uvayom hashvi'i tasobos ha'ir sheva pamim uksiv ad ridita v'afilu b'Shabbos. Now, the fact that they did it on Shabbos is going to have a lot of significance. They woke up early. They this time they went around 7 times. Then they blew the shofar. Right, Sydney? It's not talking about truest. He told them, make noise. Kinasan Hashem lachem et ha'ir. V'haita ha'ir cherem. And the ear has to be cherem. Means you're not allowed to benefit from the city. He v'chol asher ba'at l'Hashem. The zahav, the kesef, has to be given to the Mishkan. Rachav azona tichya. He v'chol asher ita babayit. Everyone in her house. Ki hechbe'ata et hamalachim asher shalachnu. The spies that we had sent, she had hid. So her reward, if you remember, she made a t'nai with them that she should be saved. So what's this business of the fact that it becomes a cherem. It says in Masechta Moed Katan, Omreish Lakish, when a person is put into cherem, his 248 limbs are put into cherem. So when it leaves, when a person is taken out of cherem, it leaves his 248 limbs. Cherem begematra masayim v'arboim shmona havi. Kishi yotze dichsiv in Chavakuk beroged rachem tizkor. Rachem begematra is also 248. Ton Rabbono in Sanhedrin. Hayu ba be'irani dachas ilanos plushim. If there were trees, the Torah tells us that a city that worships Avodah Zarah, you have to wipe it out. You have to kill everybody in the city, and you cannot benefit from any of its assets. They all have to be burned. Now, a tree that has been already cut from the ground, it's prohibited. Mechubari mutorim. Shel ira cheret, but a different city, not in Irani Dachas, bein plushin bein mechubar marsa, whether they're connected to the ground or not, they're all prohibited. What does it mean, ira cheret? Amrav chizda yericho. So here it was more strict than in Irani Dachat. Even trees that are connected to the ground would still have to be destroyed. It had to be completely wiped out. Now, what's the pshat? Why? So, in Bereishis Rabbah, it quotes a pasuk in Tehillim, Ephraim me'oz roshi. Now, Yoshua was from Shevet Ephraim. It says, "Medaber b'Yoshua, Shayim Shevet Ephraim, v'hu asa milchama b'Shabbat." He did battle on Shabbos. We're talking about here. Shenemar v'hi b'yom hashvi v'yashkimu balot hashachar v'yasomot ha'ir u'minayin shayit Shabbos. How do we know it was Shabbos? She'ein shiva la'olam below Shabbos. You can't go a week without Shabbos. U'lefi shaya yom Shabbos also yom shekavshus Yericho lachein hechrim es Yericho kodesh l'Hashem. So here the Bereishis Rabbah connects the fact. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you cook, we're not allowed to cook on Shabbos. If you cook on Shabbos, no, let's say you've been amazing cook, you may never benefit from that Maisa cooking. So similarly, says the Bereishis Rabbah here, the fact that the battle, Yericho, was captured on Shabbos, the items that you captured also is Kodesh L'Hashem. I'm continuing the Medrash Rabbah. Amr Yoshua, HaShabbos Kulo Kodesh, V'chomash Nichbash B'Shabbos Yeh Kodesh L'Hashem. So just like Shabbos is holy, anything that was conquered also has to remain holy.
Ernie, who gave instructions to do it on Shabbos? Obviously, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Malach told them, you start on Sunday, you finish on Shabbos. So why are you giving them why is it compared? You can't take anything out of it if they had permission.
Yeah, but since, like we said, just since a Meiser Shabbos, if you do an act on Shabbos, you can't benefit from it. Nobody can eat from it. So therefore, that's one of the reasons given why everything in Yericho was cherem. And we also, we learned that it's similar to an Irani Dachas. Look, I'm going to read you another Bereishis Rabbah. Amrav Bracha.
Irani Dachas, I understand, but I'm just saying the fact that he's comparing it to.
But you understand that the fact that it was captured on Shabbos,
Yoshua
had a concept that everything that we get from it we shouldn't have enough from it. Because of Kodesh L'Hashem.
But they blew the walls, fell in, everything was done, especially on Shabbos, because that was the day that it was going to happen. So since the Kvisha instructed to do it that way. So
okay, let's give another reason. Amrav Brachia. Ki Irani Dachas Asa. They made it like an Irani Dachas. Varei Irani Dachas Asa Rabbana. So that's another shot. Amrav Yudah Levi Bar Sholom. Limed Yoshua Yisrael Mashamar Kodesh Baruch Hu Reshit Arisotochem Chalat Tarimu Truma. When you first make bread. What do? We take a piece of challah. The ladies are all here. What do you do with that piece of challah you take? You burn it. Or you give it to the kohen. Amr Yoshua. Hold the kavashnu otat chila. Yoshua is like challah, which the first piece of the dough that we take, it's the first shtick of Eretz Yisrael we took. Nagdish et kol shlala legavoa. So that's the third pshat we have. One pshat, anything conquered on Shabbos, it's like Ma'aser Shabbos. It's compared to an irani dachas. And now we said it's like challah. And says the Bereshit Rabbah, Im yomer l'cha adam hei chalal Yoshua Shabbos, emor lo al pi HaKadosh Baruch Hu asa, shenemar uvayom hashvi'i tasabu et ha'ir, v'yefshar l'zayin yamim below Shabbos. Hadu d'chsiv Ephraim ma'oz roshi, that Hashem basically gave permission, like Walter was saying. So these are some of the reasons why they were not allowed to benefit from anything within Yoshua.
Yeah, but when they got the instructions initially, it said you cannot take from any of the spoils.
It has to go to Hashem.
We already said at the beginning, Hashem gave instructions, don't take any of the spoils.
It all belongs to the Mishkan, to the Hashem.
So
where did we see that?
In the beginning, when you have the instructions, no?
Here's the instructions where they were told that it should be cherem. You're saying Yoshua, Hashem told Yoshua also?
Yeah, it's also here too.
The Malach didn't say it to him. The Malach didn't say, unless it was said before. I don't remember that they were given a tzivur that it should be cherem. This was all done Yoshua. This is Yoshua commanding. This is not Hashem telling them that it should be cherem. Yoshua midaito did it. And we gave various reasons why Yoshua did it. He thought it should be like challah. He said it should be like irani dachas. This was Yoshua midaito.
All right.
Weiter. I'm going to go back to some drashas soon. But let's finish the mahalach of the parak. V'rakatem shemru min acherem, pentachrimu lekachtem. Be careful, don't take for yourself personally. V'samtem et machnei Yisrael lecherem v'achartem oso. If you take something, you're gonna make schwartz for the oigen. Is the lashon v'achartem oso. V'chol kesef v'zav uchlei nechoshes uvarzel kodesh u'lashem. Otzar Hashem, you should bring it to the base of Mikdash. The gold, the silver, the metal, and the copper. By the way, Rashi says as well, Hagdish k'ayom Shabbos kodesh v'rolios kodesh shalal hishlabo. He quotes the Tanchuma. I quoted a Medrash Rabbah, but Rashi quotes a different Medrash. Quotes the same thing. So now we go back into present tense. Vayara ha'am, vayikuba shofrat. So vayike shomoa ha'am et kol hashofar, vayiruam tragdola. When they heard the sound of the shofar, they raised their voice. Vatipola choma tachtea, the walls fell. Vayala ha'am ha'ira ish negdo. And each person was able to walk right into the city opposite where he was. Vayil kedu et ha'ir, they conquered the city. Vayacharim et kol asher ba'ir. They killed everybody out. May ish vad isha min arvad zaken. It's like Amalek. Children, women, everybody. Ad shor se chamor lefichare. Like in Irani Dachas. V'lishtayim anoshim ha-meraglim et ha'aretz amar Yoshua. Who were the meraglim? Remember? It was Pinchas and Kalev. V'lishtayim anoshim ha-meraglim et ha'aretz amar Yoshua bo beit ha'isha uzona. Go get Rachav Azona. Go tzir misham et ha'isha v'kol asher la kasher nishbatem la. So first Yoshua commands them. You took a shvuah that you're going to save her. Go and fulfill your shvuah. Vayavo hana'arim ha'meraglim vayotziu et Rachav et avia et ima et achev et kol asher la. Took out Rachav, her father, her mother, her brothers, et kol mishpachoteh otziu. Vayanichum michutz l'machanei Yisrael. They took them outside of the Machanei Yisrael. Ve'ayir sarfu ba'esh v'chol asher ba. They burnt the city. Rak ha'kesef hazavu k'len ha'choshev v'arzel natu atzar beit Hashem. They gave it to the Mishkan. Ve'et rachav ha'zonah ve'et beit aviyah ve'et kol asher la hechayeh Yoshua. So why does it throw Yoshua in here? That Yoshua kept them alive. Says the Radak, he brings the Gemara in Megillah Yudalid, Ki Yoshua lakach Rachav leisha. He took Rachav as his wife. V'zeu hechaya. That's what it means. He kept her alive. Ki kevan shiraush Yoshua lakach Rachav leisha, nidbeku b'veit aviyah migdolei Yisrael. So the Gedolei Yisrael stuck to her family. Afal pi shekatuv b'shiva umot lo titchaten bam. Now, it's said in the Torah, we are not allowed to marry a woman from the 7 nations, right? The Chiti, the Amori, the Prizi, the Yevusi. How could Yoshua marry Rachav? Amru, ki Rachav uveit aviyah nochrim hayu ba'aretz v'lo yom yeshiva umot. They were strangers in the land. They were not the Sheva Ha'amim. So they were not part of the violation of Al Titchaten Ba, says the Radak. V'yesh misha omer ki shenichnasu meraglim sheshalach Yoshua b'richo nitgaira. That the meraglim, when Kalev and Pinchas came, she immediately converted. Ve'adayin loch nichnasu Yisrael la'aretz. At that moment, Klal Yisrael had not crossed the Yarden. And the law of the Shiva Ha'amim, kol zeh lemisha omar ki ksiv lo titchaten bam b'geyusam ksiv. It's only when they're non-Jews. But if someone had converted to Judaism before Klal Yisrael came in there, they would not be part of the Isser of lo titchaten bam. So very nice shot.
But that was before.
By the way, what?
That was before they conquered Jericho. When they conquered Jericho,
Exactly.
that was already part of that. No.
The Meraglim came in 5 days before they crossed the Yarden.
But
so the second shot is from Yevamis. It's from Yevamis Ayin Vav, that she already had converted to Judaism before Klal Yisrael crossed. And the law of Lo Titchaten Bam is only but who's still a goy when Klal Yisrael come in. But if one of them had converted to Judaism already, there's no Aveira of Lo Titchaten Bam.
Let me ask you.
That's how they answer why he could marry them.
Okay, let me ask you. The Kesef and the Zahav was also Yoshua's, because he says in Pasuk Yutet. So that was also Yoshua's idea that all the Kesef and the Zahav would remain and go to the Beis Hamikdash or go to Klei Kodesh.
Yes.
So how come that was allowed on Shabbos? Why would everything else is not allowed on Shabbos? And now you're telling me that the Zahav and the Nechoishes and everything, this you're allowed to keep. But the rest of the stuff you have to get rid of. They were both on Shabbos.
Because he said Kodesh LaHashem. So Kodesh LaHashem, that part that could be given Kodesh LaHashem they gave, and the rest they wiped out. They didn't give the animals, right? So that they wiped out, but that could be given Kodesh LaHashem was given Kodesh LaHashem. I just want to read one more medrash.
Why do they call her? Why would they call her Rachav Hazona if she had already been Megayer?
So she was okay. So we when we learned Perek Beis, Ellen, we went through Rachav Hazona very deeply.
Okay.
She was a zona. So first of all, there was one pshat that she was not a zona, that she was an innkeeper,
right,
from the lashon of mazon.
Right.
Mazon. But most of them Meforshim learned that she was mamish a zona. That's why she knew everybody. All the great and powerful ended up spending time with her, and that's why the Meraglim came to her, because she had her pulse on everything that was going on. But it's to show them what kind of a Baal Tshuva she was. That she became, not only did she Megai, that she married the Gadol Ador Yoshua.
Mm-hmm.
So how far Baal Tshuva can go? In fact, I'd like to read to you from Megillah Yudalid, Shmona Neviim, Vehem Kohanim, Yotzu Meirachav Hazona, Ve'elu Hein, Neria, Baruch ben Neria, who was the Rebbe of Yoash. Neria Baruch Shroya Maskirya Chilkia Chanamel V'Shalom, and Rabbi Yehuda Omer Av Chulda Hanaviyah Mibnei Baner Shel Rachav Azon Haisa. So Klal Yisrael has an amazing. We come. David HaMelech comes from Rus HaMoaviyah, and remember she was born from Tom, and Boaz came from Tamar, who entrapped Yehuda, dressed up as a harlot. So we start from. I once heard Beryl Wine say that our kings have a lot of skeletons in their closet. Because I remember Trump, he was at the Uzdans, maybe the Feinblums were there too. And they were saying, oh, how could we elect somebody like Trump? So he said, Malchei Yisrael also, we want to make sure that they have skeletons in the closet. We said, why? So they can be knocked down a clump. That means you can always knock them down a little bit. A melech cannot be like absolutely perfect. He's got to know that he also came with a lot of things on his peck. What was that?
David and Bathsheba.
And and Shlomo, which we had that in the Gemara. We had that in the Gemara this week. Anyways, it is 8:45, and therefore we have a little bit more, but maybe next. I think we'll finish up this parak and start the next parak. I think we did a pretty good job on this parak. We'll finish up and we'll do some more of the midrashim that I wanted to do. But I think we covered most of the ground. And Mirza Hashem will have a very good week, everybody.
Amen.
Enjoy and stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you, Ernie. Thank you.
So much.
Better